American Home Relocation has been known to be scammers in the moving industry. There is a special warning issued for them. They may not be authorized to perform residential and/or commercial relocations in the continental U.S. Warning: their VMT, vehicle miles traveled, which is required by federal law, has not been updated in the allotted time. American Home Relocation has no social media signals, meaning they do not have real reviews or have invested in a social media presence, usually another red flag. No positive reviews posted from unique IP addresses from any third-party sites. Warning: any positive reviews found may be fake. Other valid identifiers that help guarantee legitimacy in a company, such as various paperwork that were not found. These include various things like the Form MCS 150, which is the Motor Carrier Identification Report. This may also happen if the annual MX/MCS 150 has not been filled out in the Mover Exposed database. This is usually a red flag. Warning: MCS 150 form outdated. More valid identifiers that help consumers of the moving industry guarantee legitimacy in a company consist of various paperwork that were not found. These include various things like the State Carrier ID number, which is the Motor Carrier Identification Report. This is another red flag. Warning: no valid SID hash. Most moving brokers and other scammers do not keep these licensing up to date due to fees. American Home Relocation reviews from real consumers like you. Amy G. Amy's American Home Relocation review said, "This company stole the items I paid $1,300 to ship. I have been calling them for months and all I get is sorry ma'am. I don't know what to tell you. Terrible customer service. Terrible logistics. Nightmare experience. Do not use them." Glenn T. Glenn's American Home Relocation review said, "I unfortunately cannot give a negative rating. I was having a 13-foot camper and a hutch sent from NC to CA. I contracted through a company in Florida, but they subcontracted to these crooks. They showed up 2 days after their scheduled time. Took the stuff. A week later, I received a call and was given a choice. I had to pay 3 times the original quote, or pick the stuff up in Charlotte, 2 hours from the house. Oh, I would need to pay an additional fee for storage. I agreed to pick up the camper from the storage facility. Unfortunately, it took 2 additional weeks and my retaining an attorney to get my stuff back from them. It was a total nightmare. Never use this company. Use at your own risk." Craig B. Craig's American Home Relocation review said, "Horrible. Never to use again. Broke my grandparents' 1,920 feet 2 inches bedroom set. Very trying dealing with the claims department. It seems they are trained in how to drag out the process until you give up. I won't give up. My claim is still in process. Not response to my questions. Just check your email and wait." Christine M. Christine's American Home Relocation review said, "Terrible customer service. Moved from Omaha to VA. They gave me a quote that I accepted. 3 days prior to the move, I received a call from them to go over the inventory again. The quote increased. When they came to pick up my household goods, they showed up in a Ryder truck that already had 2 other individuals' household items jammed into the truck. They couldn't fit all my stuff into the truck and I ended up leaving many things behind. And yet again, they said I took up more space than quoted, even with leaving large items behind such as an outdoor grill, lawn furniture, a recliner and a bed. Thus, you guessed it, they increased the price again. Now, they want to deliver my furniture until I pay the storage. I have no problem with that. However, they want me to sign a paper and get it notarized stating I will not contest the cost of the move. Meanwhile, I am in my new home without any furniture. UGH. Do not use this company." Rick B. Rick's American Home Relocation review said, "Alan from American Home made promises and quoted a price to win our business. They showed up very unprofessional. They held our belongings hostage until we gave them additional money. 25% over the agreed to price. I would not recommend them to anyone. They told us what we wanted to hear and then tried to increase the price on the pick. I refused and told them to unload. They again agreed to the price and said it was okay. Once delivered they would not unload. We got cash of a 25% increase. Not a good way to do business. Michelle S. Michelle's American Home Relocation Review said, "The damage that was done to our furniture was more than the movers charged. Not to mention we have items we never received to our new home. The havoc this caused during our move was beyond stressful. Don't use this company ever. We waited almost 2 weeks in our new home for our delivery. They kept telling us lies about delivery dates, and when they came it was in a broken down Ryder truck that had to get towed over. This made me almost have my third stroke. I couldn't speak and lost all my vocabulary seeing the damage that was done. I would rather carry my belongings on my back than use this company again." L's American Home Relocation Review said, "The damage that was done to our furniture was more than the movers charged. Not to mention we have items we never received to our new home. The havoc this caused during our move was beyond stressful. Don't use this company ever. We waited almost 2 weeks in our new home for our delivery. They kept telling us lies about delivery dates, and when they came it was in a broken down Ryder truck that had to get towed over. This made me almost have my third stroke. I couldn't speak and lost all my vocabulary seeing the damage that was done. I would rather carry my belongings on my back than use this company again." Ebru B. Ebru's American Home Relocation Review said, "This company moved me from Chicago to Los Angeles in October. They said they have a route to go to California 2 times a week and they will get my stuff to me before I even get there. They said they are a family-owned local business, not brokers. Total lie. This company brokers a larger moving company located in Atlanta. They underestimated the load, gave a good quote. Then the sales rep started calling every other day and said he can't hold the quote, I would lose it if I waited longer. 2 guys showed up 2 days later than the scheduled date with couple blankets and partially wrapped my furniture, bed, promised everything will be wrapped properly at the warehouse. I was told they were going to ship the next day. I received a call 5 days later from Atlanta asking for partial payment. The rep said my load was sitting in the warehouse and I should have paid on the day of pickup, which nobody told me. They doubled the total quote, said it was heavier than they estimated. When the driver called to deliver, he said I have to pay for a U-Haul truck because it was not convenient for him to drive in the city. He said if I don't pay, he will put my stuff in the warehouse and I will pay a daily storage fee until I pay for U-Haul. They charged me another $300 for the rental truck. They held my stuff hostage and forced me to pay all these extra charges. My furniture was completely destroyed. Cabinets were missing legs, my bicycle was broken with flat tires. My bed was not wrapped completely, which they charged extra for wrapping. My toolbox was missing. I received a dirty and disgusting red luggage that was not mine but had my clothes in it. I called and left messages, nobody returned my calls. They did not even give me a final bill. I will file a complaint about this company. They are total liars. They say everything you want to hear to get your business." Ebru B also says, "I wanted to give this company a chance to apologize and reimburse me for damages, so I called and left messages. I also sent an email. Nobody reached out to me. Last week I filed complaints with an Illinois Attorney General's office. They are not registered in BBB, but I will notify them anyway. If there are any other consumer protection agencies that can put a stop to this scam, please let me know." Fred M. Fred's American Home Relocation Review said, "These people are crooks. They will lie to you to get their business. The movers are sloppy and will damage your house and household items. They will underestimate the amount, load, and will charge you double what they quote. They did show up on time, but when they came to deliver they brought the wrong items and had to come back 8 hours later with our items. They are brokers regardless of what they say. I recommend to hire a reputable brand name company who will come out and give a real not to exceed estimate, as they will provide a white glove move and you know what you will pay." Dan M. Dan's American Home Relocation review said. The only reason I gave them 1 star is because of the people who came out and pack us and the people who unpacked. They were good people. The company they work for did nothing but lie to us. We were told a group would be there to pack us up. 2 people showed up 3 days late. Told us they had a route to go to Florida every week and our stuff would not be taken off truck until it was at new house in Florida. Our stuff was sent to a warehouse, where my toolboxes were either dropped or broken into. $1,000 worth tools are now missing. When my toolboxes were unloaded in Florida, doors were missing and broke. This not a company I would not recommend. Just a sad way of doing business. Please don't use them. George M. George's American Home Relocation review said. After reading these reviews and then following up in the BBB site and seeing their rating, I decided to cancel my upcoming move. Either these scam of a company. The contract says that you can cancel up to 7 days prior to original move date, which is 5/24. They're telling me my original move date is the date that I called them for a quote. I'm not sure how that works, but they're refusing to refund my $452. I've contacted my credit card company on this one and plan escalate this even further with the BBB and my attorney. This company is a total scam and shouldn't be legal to exist. Avoid like the plague. Robin J. Robin's American Home Relocation review said. Terrible company. They will damage or lose your stuff. And no human being will contact you or talk to you to fix the issue. They just give you claims info and expect that to be enough. Using this company is one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made. I've lost sentimental items forever thanks to their negligence. James T. James's American Home Relocation review said. American Home Relocation picked my items on March 12, 2019 around noon. My pickup appointment was rescheduled twice because of truck issues that end up costing me money because I had to cancel my flight and rented a car to drive to Phoenix from Newberg. On March 15, 2019 I get an email from PlayStation. It was a receipt showing that someone made a purchase on my video game, and another purchase happened again on March 24, 2019. I have called to try to talk to managers but no one want to return my calls. I am very upset and I feel violated, and who knows what else their employees was doing with the rest of my property. I will advise anyone do not to use this company to move your property, and they don't take any responsibility for their employees' actions. I will be filing a complaint with the BBB. Also, I am seeking legal action toward the company for stealing from me. I'm very upset and irate about this situation. Also, the quote they give is so far off from what the delivery cost. I was quoted for $1,750 to move a 1-bedroom with game room. I paid deposit of $434. Once the movers came to my apartment, I paid $500 in cash. As of today, April 25, 2019, still trying to set up my delivery, but I have to pay another $2,165.37. In order to set up my delivery, I have to pay $1,082.68, then wait 721 days for delivery. Once they deliver, I will need to pay my remaining balance of $1,082.69, so that a grand total of $3,099.37 to move a 1-bedroom apartment. WTF, with a quote of $1,750 for the total move. They are scammers. Don't trust this company. Mark P. Mark's American Home Relocation review said. No actual business at this location. Avoid this business at all costs. They sub the move out to elite movers who will immediately upon pickup double your contract price, then hold your belongings until you come up with the money. Extortion. Absolute nightmare. First they will pick up your stuff. Proceed to double your quote. Demand payments by credit card or risk never taking delivery. Had to get the Department of Transportation involved. Chicago PD. 1 month later I received my stuff. Minus 2 TVs which were stolen. Avoid at all costs. Bill S. Bill's American Home Relocation review said. Avoid this company. They are an unreliable and disreputable subcontractor with terrible customer service and no regard for the customer or the customer's goods. I'd give them a negative rating, but that's not allowed. Here's our experience. I got a quote from Herman Brothers moving to move my daughter from Beaver Creek, Ohio to San Antonio, Texas. She had less than a one-bedroom apartment's amount of household goods. The quote seemed fair and about the same price as DIY move. We had a very specific date, 28 days from date of call, that we needed her goods to arrive in San Antonio, and Herman Brothers confirmed with American Home Relocation, subcontractor, they could meet that date if we paid the initial deposit that day. Over the next 10 days, we talked with Herman Brothers 3 or 4 times to confirm the previously agreed to guaranteed delivery date and emphasize that we were not able to adjust that date. They reconfirmed with Eli at American Home Relocation that he would deliver on the agreed to date. The movers that came to our home did a reasonable job of loading, but said that although we probably within the weight estimate of the quote, 2,020 pounds, we were 170 cubic feet over the estimate. Original estate was 286 copper-foot, and would be charged $3.25 per copper-foot over the estimate, an additional $500 on a $1,600 move. I disputed the estimate and was told the final number would be adjusted, downward, later. We again noted that we had a very specific and guaranteed delivery date and that we needed to know ASAP if anything would affect it, as we were driving almost 1,000 miles and only had a window of a couple days to get our daughter settled. Pick up on a Monday and required delivery was the following Thursday. 10 days. The movers said they'd pass that information along, but if AHR said the date was guaranteed, it would be. We completed the paperwork and said goodbye to our daughter's goods. We checked on the guaranteed delivery date again on the Monday prior to the expected Thursday delivery and told everything was on track. We began driving to San Antonio on that Tuesday night. At approximately 3 p.m. on the day prior to expected delivery, saying that our goods were in Atlanta, wouldn't be loaded on a truck until Friday and delivered on the following Tuesday. We said that was unacceptable as we needed to leave the area on Sunday. They didn't care. This began an 8-day discussion with Herman Brothers and American Home Relocation to get our goods delivered. AHR wouldn't talk with us, barely talked with Herman Brother, offered no apologies, no discount for the failure, no concern that we incurred $1,500 in costs, hotel room and rent for an empty appointment. The goods finally showed up a full week after the guaranteed delivery date. If you're looking to get ripped off, this is your company. If you're looking for a safe, reliable, responsible mover who doesn't find ways to create additional charges, then avoid American Home Relocation like the plague. Linda K. Linda's American Home Relocation review said. Warning. Check out everything about this company on as many sites as possible, including PCDconsumers.com and the BBB Chicago area. F rating and alert issued due to hash of complaints. This company is a long-distance broker. Their website talks about our movers, etc., and has a photo of an AHR truck, which I don't think exists. States they have one truck. Website claims they are based in GA, but they are incorporated in EL. Somehow affiliated with Moving Services Group LLC in GA, customer service, etc. located there. Issues: 1. Doubled their quote after load picked up claiming overload. Their paperwork indicated it was 9 pounds under. The driver who picked up the load also called me the next day with the weight. There was no way that the load weighed as much as claimed. Then demanded full payment before they would even schedule delivery, not remainder due on delivery as the binding estimate we signed states. Had to complete and notarize 4 forms for them to accept my credit card. 2. No communication/liars, they are brokers, without a broker's license. They took my items to a warehouse in EL, never told me it was going into storage. I assumed when they, 2 guys from GA, picked up the load in a small box truck, no identification on it, they were taking it to load onto a bigger truck going to Oz. The delivery date was, as requested, 11/3. I was told up until the date, that the items were in transit. On November 2nd, while driving to Oz, I was first informed they did not receive payment and won't schedule until it is received. They later discovered payment was received but delivery won't be for another 721 business days from 11 halves. Rudest and most inept operation. No return messages, calls. I found out about the delivery date before they did. 3. Delivery. There was only one guy on the truck, so my son had to help unload. Missing 6 out of 24 boxes, and one was left behind at my house. AHR, or their cohorts out of GA, picked up the load on October 20, 2018, and a third party, 495 movers, delivered on November 16, 2018. I informed Jerry Whaley, 678-471-4581, who is the principal/dispatcher, immediately that the boxes were missing. First told me all boxes were accounted for and loaded on truck. After practically begging him to look in warehouse, he called back to say that he had them, 5 or 6, and that we have his word that he will get them to us, no charge. We waited to hear from him, but I had to contact him every time for any updates. He used excuses that he couldn't find a truck going to that part of Oz. Then, he couldn't find a truck going to Oz at all, although they claimed Oz is their most popular destination, per emails with quote. To make a long story short, yes, there is more. Months passed and still no boxes. In early January and 2 weeks later, I texted Whaley and told him to return them to me, and no response. We decided last week to go to Chicago, 700 miles round trip, and get the boxes ourselves. He was all game for that. We went to the warehouse on W48th Place in Chicago and got the 4 remaining boxes. He refused to reimburse us for our travel expenses or the cost to ship to us ourselves. AHR was formed in October 2017, but the number of complaints far exceed what you would expect from legitimate business. And Attorney General notified.